G'day everyone, thank you so much for joining me for my first ever live, whether you're actually here for the live or in the future, thank you so much. Anyways, let's get into it. I've done a few things already. I've got the star system up, done a few things. I've got the 10 times inventory on my character, realistic on everything else, got rid of the asteroids, sound mode realistic, usual kind of stuff. I've turned off the cargo ships and the adaptive simulation quality, the random encounters, sorry, I read the wrong thing. But I've got the in-game scripts, the spectator, a few other things. I've got the friendly missile damage as well on unknown signals, etc, etc. So the few mods I've got, very, very basic. These are usually the mods I always start out with. Just for the fact that it just increases the better visual quality of the game, like no HUD tooltips on the right side, gets rid of all the stuff and clears up the screen a bit more. HUD colors gives the icons different colors and things like that, the same as this mod. So let's get into it, let's start it all up. I'll start on Pertam, I'll fly up into space, blow up my Rhino Explorer ship, because why not? Because I want to try and get stuck into my old missile designs. It's been quite a while since I actually even loaded them in, so it'll be quite interesting to see how I did it, as I like to do quite simple items, really. So it'll be quite interesting to see how just making sure on my iPad that it is working. So yes, that's awesome. It's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. I've got my chat up. Alrighty then, Pertam. Let's respawn. What do we got? HUD colors, automatic ore, that's fine. I'll have to fix those later, I guess. Here we are, coming on down, that's not too bad. I need to get my creative mode tools, invulnerable. I'll get that one on, and all terminals. I'll do that one because I'm pretty sure I've got a design of my Rhino Explorer ship that's already set up as an enemy for this specific thing, but it could have been on my old computer. I don't know, we'll find out. Here we go. Cool, cool, cool. And I didn't get spawned with any tools. I swear I had that option on. I guess I'll have to go back and figure that out. I'm not too sure what happened there. Spawn with tools, on. Righto, that's always fun times. I'm actually going to get rid of that. Should be okay. Like, I'm not understanding why that's not liking it. Let's load it back up. Not too sure what's going on about that, actually. So today I want to be launching up some missiles that have been unseen before. I also want to try and build some drones in space, as I've never really gotten stuck into anything really to do with hydrogen, especially in space. See, and the automatic ore pickup. And I still didn't spawn with any... Oh well, whatever, I'll just spawn them in. What are we looking for? We're looking for elite grinder. I'll take that. Shift 10, elite hand drill, and elite welder. Oh, okay, so all of a sudden they've all just come back. Oh, I didn't even see them come back, like, wasn't on the right, I don't know what happened there. You'll have to explain that to me in the comments in the future of some sort, because I'm not too sure what's going on about that one. Alright, cool, cool, cool. So what we want to do is I'll make a GPS here. There we go, and get into my spectator camera. Shift and then scroll up. And I'll just spawn. I want to get out of the planetary gravity. Right about there should be fine. F6 to get back to my character. There it is, right there. It's right underneath me. Cool, cool, cool. So I need to get my Rhino Explorer from the Steam Workshop. Go ahead and download it yourself. This is one of my very first designs I ever did. It was really quite hard. The whole design was it had to be completely functional as much as possible, and then I kind of built everything that you see around it, including like the guns. I've got welders on all sorts of turrets, and it's just loaded to the wazoo. It's got 2 controls. It's got a massive observatory deck, a huge hangar, including some nice visual effects on the glass and things like that. Kind of unprotected jump drives, but that's perfectly fine. Let me just check. I've got untargetable, invulnerable. That should be all right. All right, let's turn this into an enemy. That should be everything. Yep. Transfer to Space Pirates. Yes, please. There we go. Alright, I'm going to chuck a quick save here. Actually, that might be a really good thing for me to turn off, like I normally do. And the whole reason why I turn my autosave off on my, like, testing worlds is so I can save in a specific spot to do a test, and if that test doesn't work, I can just revert the save. It'll go back to a working version or whatever version you did save it at to then try something different. Which is exactly what I did with the vanilla player follow drone. With the way I did the camera on the bottom of it, if you have a look at it, the camera on the bottom can't flip underneath it. So that took me quite a few tries, and that's how I did that. So what I need to do is I need to fly away decent amount, probably about like 5Ks or something like that. Might be better to just get... Oh. I had it on too fast. There we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Alright, so I can save there, so at least the spectator camera is good. Here we go. I'll spawn myself there. Come on down here with the spectator camera so I can actually get a nice view of these coming in. Click back to my camera, character, sorry, and let's spawn in. What did I have them as? Here we go, the manual. Got a few of them, as you can see. Here we go, so there's the fire and forget that I have without the shield. I want the one, or is that one with the shield? I think that is the one with the shield. Yeah, it is. This is the shielded version. Yeah, cool. So let's just try and press the B button so I can actually get manual guidance of it. Bring it in. So obviously that's somewhat close to aiming at it. So let's aim it away from it. And what I'm going to do before I go any further is I'm going to get a button. So I can flick that on there and then I can launch. Get that to start. It's always better if you can to start a timer block, because I'm pretty sure if I go into its thing just here, yeah, there it is right there. It's told to start or trigger another timer after. Usually the Space Engineers game doesn't like having a timer block. For example, this whole one here. The game doesn't like it having this triggered at the same time it would need to trigger that. So it just doesn't work too well. It's much better if you just start it. So that should be fine right there. Let's copy this a few times in some different directions. And it's been about a year or so since I launched this thing up. It'll be quite interesting to see what happens. But shift 5 right there so I can come back to this whenever I want. And then just launch them. Button, 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 button. That's not a good sign. These shields aren't turning on. That's not good. That's not good at all. Flick over to the spectator and see how they go. They should see it somewhat. They should get here somewhere. I'm kind of worried that the shield didn't turn on. I think maybe either the mod has not seen it. That's missed. That's missed. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to figure something out. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to figure something out. That is not working at all. G'day, you Gib. Thank you so much for joining. First comment here. I'm not too sure how long ago you did comment. I do apologize. Doing a lot of stuff at once, trying to get the stream off and running in a good spot for people in the future so they don't leave so fast. This is honestly kind of annoying me a little bit, but I will have to figure that one out. So I'm guessing it has... Why is it telling it to go up and then down? That's quite interesting. Let me just get rid of these and I'll just test it again. Honestly, I should just delete three of them, fix one, and then just copy and paste. But hey, what do you do? It's done now. So if I turn this shield on, shield control up. Yeah, okay. Down. Okay, so this should technically work, and then these sensors should also turn on as well. So show on HUD, sensor field range. Huh? Oh, I see. I see, said the blind man to the deaf man that had a really smart dog. As we say in Australia. It's an old saying, that. Because I can't spell, apparently. Does it need an extra battery to kick it off? I think that might be why. Yeah. Okay, so the shield mod is actually updated, not in the way I expected. It still functions and turns on and works the same way as it did roughly about a year ago when I built and designed this missile. But since then, it has made it to require more power. So that's why that didn't work. So I'm pretty sure if I whack batteries on all these, even though they're not fully charged, it'll still have a higher output since there's two, obviously. So this, I'm guessing this should technically work. I'll press the escape button to stop that little freeze, screeny lag stuff that always happens. It drives me nuts. Alright, and then this should technically work. No, maybe not. Let's follow this last one, shall we? The sensors are not turning on. They are on. Aha. Okay, so the battery has already died. So I'm gonna have to... I'll reload. I'll have to grab possibly a full battery. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna fix that one, actually. What are these things? Remote rammers. Technically, yes, they're my missiles that I designed when I first found the sensor range extender, the 1200 meter one, which is a really, really old mod, and I know it's only had a few updates. But when you think about it, it really doesn't do much, and I've actually talked to the developer of it, and the way he said it does it is that it just changes the values of the base game sensor block itself. So it doesn't really need to be updated, as the sensor block never really gets updated in the base game, so there's no real need for it. Okay, so all these batteries are dead. That kind of sucks, to be honest. I just whack a few more on it. Maybe. Two. Always got to make sure I keep looking at chat, as that is definitely a new thing for me. Usually just do a recording and get it over and done with, but it's not like that at the moment. So I'll just launch the one up. Okay, those sensors are on, and the shield is not up. Okay, so I need to change it. Okay, so it seems to have done that as well. So this should actually turn at it at about 1200 meters away. Hopefully I haven't actually aimed it way too far off. 3, 2, here we go. Oh, here we go. And the whole reason why I've got this is that it can actually cancel out some of its sideways velocity. So that would have locked on if I didn't actually miss it. It's going to actually, like, just keep circling it now. No. But eventually it would lock onto it as long as the power doesn't give out. See, we're getting a little further away from it, so the sensor has somewhat stopped picking it up unless they've shut down. Okay, all the batteries have turned off, so... Yep. Peruni! Alright, let's reload and I'll try that again. I want to see some stuff blow up. Show me some stuff blowing up. Yeah, no, you called it, UGIB. UGIB. I can't actually pronounce your name. I'm sorry about that. I definitely have to aim them in a little bit. Just a smidge. Just a smidgen. As the battery power was enough, it just did not have enough time to get to it. So I'll do it on all of them. Actually, I can just go, yep. I'll exit all of them and I'll repaste them so they're a little bit more zoned in. Because I want to see some stuff blow up. And these things were absolutely beast-like when I first designed them. So that's not on. I just want to make sure that they're not, like, perfectly on and everyone in chat now or later will be going, you know what I mean? So 3, that should be alright. And I'll do a quick save and some buttons. Button. Oh no! I gotta turn the shield. I keep forgetting. Up. Up. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get there in time. No. Oh, I missed it. I pressed the wrong button. That's right. That's why I have the spectator camera right here. Oh, here's one, if you can see it. Here it comes. Oh, I need to move that. Change that movement down a little bit. No! That's not fair, game. That's not fair. But these are, in fairness, these are quite old designs. Which, I don't know if I should have started off with them. Ah. This was supposed to be something kind of simple and fun to do, but it doesn't seem to be doing like that. And I'll move them in a bit. Just for the fact that if you're in a ship or something, you're not going to be anywhere near that 800-meter range of the enemy's turrets. So even if you launch it at like 1,000 meters away, it's still technically good. And that's probably where I was actually aiming them, to be honest. Get my spectator. And I'll go about 1.7. That should be alright, I'm thinking. Get my spectator camera back down here, and I'll turn that speed down so I don't zoom into the bloody future with it. No, I just deleted the oh, come on, Sharpie. That's right, it was the Fire Forget, which you can download yourself. I will try and update it once this is all done. Once it's all done. But at the same time, while I do this, bumped into it. One-time use, they certainly are, but at the same time, from time to time, that was a lot of times, they do actually punch through and just stay there. So if I actually put an antenna on it, I could actually even go and get in control of it from wherever and just fly it on out, as long as the shield kind of stays alright, because obviously as it punches through the actual ship itself, it destroys any like turrets or something that's on the inside of the ship, so it doesn't really get any more damaged once it's inside than any would more on the out. I need to get that button because I'm a schmuck. Start that one. I need to fix up. I'm probably thinking I need to turn the block on and then Shield status up. Yeah, that should be somewhat good. All sensors, yep. Just somewhat remembering also how I did it as well. So on and up, that should be okay. Got extra batteries on it, and that should be it. I'm probably forgetting something. I've got an inkling I'm forgetting something. But we'll find out soon. Shift F5. Buttons! Why are these shields, like, not turning on? Yeah, so that's really strange, that. Actually, we'll be able to see the last one come in, to be honest, at least. There we go. Finally, finally, finally. And as I said before, most of the time it does actually survive. So, as I said, you can just chuck an antenna on it, maybe fly it off. You'd have to turn these overridden thrusters off and all sorts of stuff. But, yeah, this is the... I should have shown you what the inside of this ship looked like just before. But I can actually do that now. I'll just paste another one in. And we can compare. This is the one from the mod.io. Exactly the same thing, as you'll find out. Here we go. Oh, that's right. That's right, that can just shoot at it, that's fine. So I'll just fly in through its printing setup just here to build any of the drones that you may or may not want to. It's all set up on like a piston, so you've got buttons. It's completely redundant. It's got the H2 generators, it's got refineries, buttons, containers, it's got automatic doors, it's all vanilla. I've just got a repeating timer just to trigger itself, like every 1.5 seconds. That can be like configured itself. Nice little cryopod for one, or more depending. Climbing on up, that's the back of the hangar, flipping around. We've got the main armored CIC, which is right here. I've got a nice blast door just in case. Automatic door. Open that back up again. Explains everything what you need on all the buttons right here. 2, 3, 4, 5. A few of them have been blanked out. That's fine. I did do a time lapse of this printing up, and I did edit it somewhat to be able to do that, including adding that printing setup as well for that time lapse. Go and check it out. It was really quite good. I did edit and record it in like 4K. But then I upscaled it, so it is what it is, and it is rather good. I should have done it many different ways, but hey, it is what it is. How did it make such a boom without taking damage? Does the shield mod protect hull integrity? The shield mod itself is the only way I can somewhat explain it is that it is its own somewhat entity. So it creates like a wall around it that anything on the inside of it cannot be damaged. And that's how the way the mod works, I'm thinking. I found that out rather surprisingly, to be honest, which it was different. It was very different. Let me just delete all that one out of the way, and I'll just reload so we can go ahead and grab a few more of those and figure out what's going on with that mod. Just have a sip of my coffee. Oh, thank you so much for that. Compliments on the Rhino Explorer ship from Gib. Thank you so much. That was actually the very first design I created in Space Engineers, and then I actually moved over to building this thing using a mod, funny enough. And then I created pretty much the exact same thing. Come on, that way. That's the way. This is practically the same as that one, except you manually control this one. So I would need to do something and place a base down, just so I can get larger range with my antenna. Reactor. Get a large one. Just whack that under there. The control seat is... no, it's not in the, what's the name? The base. Control seat. Get that there. I need an antenna. And this is pretty much what you need as your player antenna. Can only reach, I think it's like 1,000 meters or just shy of. Where obviously, oh, I need to place some fuel in this. Uranium ingot. 100 of those into that. Thank you so much. Get in there. There we go. We have some power. I'm going to change this into a station so it doesn't move when I run into it, because I know I will. There you go, 800 meters for the player. Thank you, Gib. So that should be good. It's named the missile antenna already. So I'll go into here, manual guided. I should have just controlled it as is. One, and then I'll get the shield on. Shield control up. Hoping that shield is on. Oh, didn't have a jetpack on. No, the shield is not on. Why is the shield not on? Interesting. Select power scale. I'm not too sure why that's actually not working, to be honest. Small grid. Waking up. It's just not working for some reason. I'm glad that one didn't do that, otherwise I would have been up a creek without a paddle, if you know what I mean. Sensor, the arm. Oh, that's right. They activate. Stuff it. Let's just go into it and try and activate it. Is that gonna launch it? No? Or do I have to thrust forward, I'm guessing? I guess we'll just thrust forward and figure it out. See what it can do without any shields. This is still an enemy. Boom. Alright, see what happened. Final reveal. Not too much. Okay, so the missiles didn't arm. The warheads didn't arm. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yeah, no, the shield just wasn't turning on, unless it was turning on, I just wasn't seeing it, perhaps. Manual guided, unless it was another design I had. There's the sensor. That's the one without the shield. It just uses the sensor range extender mod. Yeah, no, that's the one. That is the one. Not too sure what's going on. Maybe it might need an extra battery like the other one.
Shield initializing.
Ah ha 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 ha. Hello. There we go. Maybe one too many. Shield initializing. Okay, so that's got to be a good sign. Save there quickly. Shield emitter. No, shield control. Is that shield on now? No. Sphere shield. Maybe that? No. Nopity, nopity, no. That's right, stuff those. I know something that will work. Working. Where are ya? Where are ya? Nuke. This was actually my third design I actually did. So this one's all completely vanilla. And I'll paste in a few of them. And I'll explain it as... They're actually really quite easy, but they were really quite hard to build, actually. Just gotta make sure I'm not moving while I'm pasting them in. There was a button on it. No, there wasn't. Oh, okay. Righty then. I'll just quickly get some buttons on these, because they don't have any buttons. These were for my Rhino Explorer. And get... spin... initiate. Start that one, and then now I copy it. Alright. Go, and the way this actually works, now that I've got them all pasted in and stuff, and the buttons are all working, is it actually uses thruster damage to destroy the block underneath that one there, and this one here, to then release every single one of these warheads that actually work as a warhead, funny enough, and as a decoy. Which, funny enough, I didn't realize they work as a decoy as well as the warhead, until after I built the decoy version of this. So that was quite funny, but let's see how they go. Let's launch this one up. That should go. No, why is it not going? Why? Oh! Okay. Everything just doesn't like me today, I swear. Yeah, why is it... Oh... I think I just got lucky with this one that I figured out the batteries, but so far this has not been very good. This is kind of annoying, actually. I don't know what's going on. Why are you not working? Thruster on, override. Thruster on, override. Why? Why? On. Thing? What? Why is it? It didn't turn the thruster on. Why are they not? Alright, excuse me, game? Why? On. I have no idea why this is not working. This has not been ever a problem. Why? The thrusters are on. This is the strangest thing ever. Like, I've never had a problem with these. Is it because the game has been updated so much since, or... and it's just messed with them? No one's actually let me know that these no longer work. I'm not too sure what's going on. Let's start from the one down here again. How about I remove them? I need to get the top one on first, and then the bottom one on here. Yep, and then the top one with the increased thrust override, and then the same with that one. That's exactly how I had it. And there it works. Thank you, game. I don't know what to say. Let's get that cluster out again. Let's get the button on it, set it up, delete that, copy, paste, all that good jazz. Aim it somewhat at it, as that's what they're meant for. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do them yet. See, I'm nervous. I'm nervous, that's why. That. And... I'll go trigger. No. I'll go start, as I always say. Always start a timer block when you can. And then I need to go into that timer block, remove all these 4, as the game no longer recognizes them, funny enough. Top, on, and increase thrust override. Bottom, on, and increase the thrust override. Thank you very much. Alright, let's try that again. Let's get a few of these pasted in. And by a few, I mean quite a few. Chuck a quick save. Make sure that that's all in the right position. That's good. Let's... Button. Go on. Go on. Wait, everyone just saw it work when I did that, and then now it's not doing it. The game hates me. The game hates me. It's confirmed. The game hates me. It's official. It's absolutely official. Let's do exactly what I did last time to fix it. That's what I did last time. Top increase, bottom increase. And then I'll change that to maybe trigger. That's done a good save. Thrusters no longer work, and then it starts... Why? It literally worked like a second ago. It worked a second ago. Why? I don't quite understand why every design I have pasted in so far doesn't work on override. Maybe if I just get rid of the overrides? Because other than that, I'm not too sure. Kind of thinking this might work, as they're technically already on override, but I can't see why this isn't being nice to me. I don't get it. It's like redesigning the frickin' wheel on this thing. Why are these thrusters not turning on? Look, I'll turn that on, it turns on fine. Or is it because of the merge block? No. This is actually driving me nuts. This is literally driving me nuts. I don't know why. Why is that there? Doesn't that get turned on with the spin? Okay. Start that there. Gyroscope. Override controls on off. And I'll turn that one on there, I guess. Gyroscope spin, go away. That should work, like... Increase and increase. This should... overall work. I don't understand Why? Unless it's literally just the battery problem. But there's 2 there. That should be more than enough. At least you'd think that'd be more than enough. Chuck another one. Quick save. Disconnects and then starts. Okay. I'll just reload. Yeah, hit it with a hammer, definitely. Now, power on and off. Yeah. Turn everything off, then turn oh, at the same time, if I do select everything and then turn everything off, then back on again, that may actually screw with any of the programming, or inverted commas programming, I have embedded. So for instance, this starts in an off position. If I were to turn everything off and then everything back on, that would actually turn on and start activating. So yes and no, and then trying to figure out what is working and what isn't working. I'm kind of thinking that might be, I'm thinking the button might be the problem. The only thing different on this is the button. So I'm going to get rid of the button on this, and this is the complete vanilla one pretty much. I'll just double check. Will be in a second. Top, override, bottom, override. That was the complete vanilla. And then if I go in here and then start there, how's that work? Oh! Since it's working, I'm going to follow it. There we go. I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to... thank you. And then once it gets to about 800 meters away, I think it was, it should then break up, as I say it. And each one of these is actually a payload. Ooh. So right here, this is where... that's the actual base itself that will actually aim directly for it. And if we can actually get into this, I'll follow one of them and lock onto it. No, not delete it. Oh, I did lock onto it. That's good. I'll come over here on the sun side. It destroys the block that was connected to it, but not this one all the time. So it just leaves the warhead, and this thing should be armed. If I had my build vision on, it would have actually worked. And that should have actually done some... unless that didn't arm it. I'm pretty sure the light is green when it is armed. It is armed. Okay, that's good. Since I've got my invulnerability, I'm gonna go... No, okay, that doesn't even destroy it. No problem. But as you see, that right there is why it wasn't working. The Space Engineers game does not like anything like a button or something like that on the merge block that then gets turned off to technically be disconnected off of another merge block. So that's why it wasn't working the whole time. Oh my god, let's just double check that. I'm gonna double check that right meow. Let's get a button right here. That was the complete vanilla as is. I'm gonna get this button to get the initiate to start. All these warheads, they're disarmed. In here. Right, the warhead group, or was it the sensor that was sending it off? I don't think I've got a sensor on this one. I think it was just the danger, yeah. Spin block then starts the danger. Yep, so the initiate takes 1 second. This one starts the spin. After 4 seconds, it will then start spinning, so it gives it enough time to like get going and accelerate a little bit before starting to spin. Just to use the centrifugal force to keep it aimed where I started it off from. And then from there, it then starts this one here to aim, to arm all of the warheads on this thing. So let's copy this, and let's give her another shot. Actually, get rid of that. Copy that one back again. Stop moving. There we go. Most of these won't hit it, but they should actually... These are... factions. No, not factions. What was it? Info? No, control... Oh, what am I doing, Sharpie? Transfer to me. Yes. Okay, that's what I should have done to begin with, as they must have been pasted in or copied in my design phase as owned by nobody. So that is all transferred to me. That's owned by me. Okay, cool. So these are now technically enemy missiles or enemy clusters, according to my Rhino Explorer ship. And that missile's kind of moving a bit, but that's fine. Alright, here we go. Actually, that's not fine. Stay still. Now save. The sun is much better. There we go. And let's get these buttons pressed. So as soon as I press this, it should work now. There we go. There we go. And I've actually got these to trigger constantly as a defense mechanism on my Rhino Explorer ship. This one just got pasted way far away. So as you see, I'll come on the other side so you can see with the sun. It can really do a lot of damage. I'll just stop moving so you can see them break up as they are here. Or maybe with the planet behind it, that'd be good. Oh, here we go. Perfect timing. And there we go. It releases all that. I'll go down here. And as you see, they work beautifully as a decoy, as whatever ship or whatever missile you're bringing in. So if I actually got into a missile, so I'll actually reload that, prepare a few missiles, none of the ones that actually have the shield on it, and I'll launch those up, and I should be able to slip right through all these defenses with all these going on. So that should be quite fun to do, actually. It'll be good, it'll be good, it'll be good! Oh, just checking my stream health and things like that. Everything, stream status, excellent. That is always a good green sign. Cool, cool, cool. Everything seems to be going pretty good so far. Cool, cool. All right. Back into it. Here we go. That is that one. I want... manual guided. I wanted the one that is on the Steam Workshop. That one right there. This thing is tiny. Very, 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 very tiny. And this works exactly the same as the one next to it. Actually, I will paste it over here, because I'm going to go from that side over, so the button's on the left to make it easier. Go. I'll aim him in all different kind of spots if I can. One down there, that's fine, that should be good. Actually, move it over a little bit so they don't collide into each other. I should technically have a button. Ah! Why do I keep forgetting stuff? Button, button. Who's got the button? Oh, I've got that mode on. Was it M to... No, there we go. N to turn it off. That's the symmetrical building of that. It's quite handy, actually. I'm going to put the button right there, actually. And I'm going to need to get the launch to start. That should be good. Let's do a quick test that it actually works, shall we, quickly? Since our luck hasn't been so good so far. Oh! Nah. On. Okay. That worked. It just didn't turn the rear thruster on for some reason. Oh, probably because of the batteries again. So, lucky I tested it. Lucky I tested that. That would have been really annoying. Oh, Gib. That was driving me nuts. I thought I was doomed from the get-go on that one. Absolutely doomed. So, I'm actually... really lucky. As I said before, I did do one reiteration, so this is version 2 of this one, for the fact that I had this front sensor on the front of it. So I'm actually kind of glad I didn't do that, so I can just go boop. And that should be good. Nah, I'll get another one, why not? That should be fine now. I'll save again and let's test it out, because that should turn the back thruster on. Or not. Or not. Might have to just remove it from that timer block and then re-add it again. That should be fine. Wow, we've been live streaming for 50 minutes. I think my my voice is a little croaky at the moment. This is definitely the longest time I've actually been either recording or live streaming or whatever it is. So I'm really hoping OBS is it looks like it's recording and streaming at the same time, which is good. Okay, so I want to grab a few clippets of this thing. What was the thing that was working, that wasn't working on it? I can't remember. The other thruster, that's right. I need to go into the terminal. Hide everything. Just give me the launch. Remove that. Forward. It's always good to name stuff. Always good to name stuff. And then the start. I shall move that over. And increase the thrust override on that, just to make sure that it will turn on and then do the thing I want it to do. Timer blocks are weird in this game. They really are. For instance, if you're printing one of my designs, or a design of your own, on a printer obviously, when you print it up, whether it's in creative mode or survival, it doesn't quite remember every single command you give it, and sometimes it blanks it out. The way I got it to fix it is that add that block in a group, and then add that group to that timer block to be printed up. I don't know why, it just remembers it instead of losing it like it did before. It's really weird. Let's give it a quick save, and that should work. Bump bong. Bump bong. Why not? Yeah, see, it launches. Launches perfectly fine, it just doesn't want to. Yeah, small batteries really are terrible. They just don't hold enough charge, let alone output enough to actually have any use whatsoever. But back in the day it was kind of different. Few things were different. I'm pretty sure the small batteries still did have the same output and charge storage, but it worked for what I needed it, and it still works on that cluster missile, which is good. I didn't have to add that extra battery on it. I don't think. The launch. Thought I was moving for a second then. So maybe if I just chuck another battery on it. That's probably what it is. Just not having enough batteries. Come on. No, it's not. Why? Literally every single design I've pasted in, but at least at the same time, I'd rather me than you, for the fact that if you pasted a bad design into a world that you wanted to use, or you're really excited to use it, go to use it once it's pasted in and it just doesn't work, you'd be like, oh, this design is crap, go away, I'm never using them again, and you just completely forget about them. So I'd rather it not work for me than it not work for you. Any other bad thing I can find that I can add to any future design, I'm gonna take that in like no tomorrow. You can bet that, you can bet on that. There's like no chance I'm not gonna have that. Why is that not working? See, it targets something. I don't know what it's targeting. I just realized I'm actually in the actual range as well, so that there. Why is this not turning on? I'm actually really curious why this isn't turning on, so I'm just going to delete it. Huh. luck so far hasn't been that good. So pumped for the AI update. Us drone junkies are going to have so many more tools to use between the AI blocks and the event controller block. Oh man, as soon as they released the video describing the AI block and showing it off in like that small showcase, oh man, you should have seen my pants. Oh boy, oh boy, oh. Like, I was so excited. I was actually going to do a quick video to release on that one, but I just couldn't contain it. I was like, I want it now. Give me it now. Give me it now. I actually kind of emailed them, and I'm still waiting to hear back from Keen Software House to see if I can maybe even get a bit of early access to it, as my entire channel is based on space engineers, drones, and automation. That would be absolutely mind-boggling and mind-blowing. That would be absolutely awesome if they did that, but I really don't think they will. I'm not asking for it. Technically I am asking for it, but I'm not asking for any money or anything like that or any views. Just me having access to that and just getting a bit of a head start on everyone else to try and teach everyone and make tutorials and all that sorts of stuff to help everyone in the community would be absolutely awesome. I really got to stop getting sidetracked here. It's driving me nuts. I'm talking so much and my voice is so raspy. Yeah, why is this not working? You are not being nice. You're really not being nice. I bet you it's the batteries. I bet you any money it's got something to do with the batteries or something or other. But that's alright. I'm gonna leave that and I'm gonna trigger that up manually, so just so I can just get things moving on. So I'll just paste a few in. 1, 2, and I'll aim that off a little bit over there. So let's go over here, launch these up, and then I'll just manually trigger those. Shift F5. Button, who's got the button? What movie is that from? Anyone know? It's got Gene Wilder. Rest his soul. Trigger that on. Trigger that on. Trigger that on. I love this Build Vision mod. Build Vision 3.0 is absolutely fantastic. Why are you not aiming? Probably because it is now too fat. Yes, I don't know why. Oh, that's alright. It's just another thing to go wrong. Oh. That's probably going to be the title of this video. I swear if I ever try and upload something else, it's just, what else can go wrong? Far out. Yeah, it's just doesn't want to. Yeah, oh, I'm kind of holding off on it as well. Like, last week I was supposed to upload I was supposed to upload a tutorial on my planetary guided missile, just using that sensor extender mod. But I'm waiting for this AI block to update as well. I'm waiting for it to drop too. Oh, it's gonna change drones. Like, I don't even know if any of my old tutorials are gonna be valid. If they're not valid anymore, I'm gonna be really up a creek without a paddle. Like, you have no idea. It's gonna be intense. It's really gonna be bad. It's not gonna be good, because I vibe on evergreen content. And what that is on YouTube, if you're not a creator yourself, evergreen content is a video or something you upload to whatever social platform, and it's a tutorial or whatever it is. It will still be useful in like 2, 3, 4, 5 years time or whatever it is, because the game hasn't changed or hasn't updated that specific thing yet. So that's going to be really quite interesting to know. I'm going to save this and I'm going to launch this up. I bet you it's the button again or something. Why is it aiming for something over there? Like, what is this thing aiming for? Oh, okay. It's owned by nobody. Oh, I gotta turn that setting off. That's probably another problem that I'm having, is because it's not owned by me. Gotta know your admin tools. If you're ever having to start a new survival world in Space Engineers, have a look and learn how to use this menu. Alt F10, have a look how to use this menu. Seriously, you want to set yourself up so your game will perform much, much better. The cleanup on it is very, very strict, but the trash removal, you can control it as you want. It's really good. You really got to learn it. And this is probably what's screwing me up, the original ownership on paste. So I'm probably thinking if I get another one of those, another missile from the Steam Workshop, it's the fire and forget, that one there. I'm thinking this one may work. I'm actually going to fly back a little bit, just so it's out of the 1.2 sensor range. Paste that there. This should be all owned by me now. Why do I keep doing that? Yep, owned by me. I didn't have to do anything. That's probably what the problem is. I'm going to get a baton, not a battery, a baton, and get that launch to start. And then let's quick save again. This is why I don't have that autosave. Imagine if I launched it, and yes, it has happened a billion times. I've launched a rocket in my testing, and it has literally auto-saved the game half a second, like not even half a second after launching something like this. It's the most annoying thing to have to go back to the main menu, go back to a backup save and load that. It's just so much more time consuming. Oh, there you go. There you go, Space Engineers. Thank you so much. It is the original ownership on paste. Unbelievable. And there we go. Yep, and it's working now. That's probably been the problem the whole time. Oh, wow. Wow. Sounding a bit like Shaggy. And yeah, because this hasn't got the shield on it, it obviously gets blown up pretty fast. Ah, so do I. But hey, it still does some damage. The gyroscopes and batteries, because they are functional blocks, whether they're welded up or not, they still have the mass as if they were a completed block. So if you pack a missile full of non-finished gyroscopes and batteries or whatever it is, it will still have the same oomph impact as if they were completed itself. It's really quite weird. Space Engineers is weird. Yeah. I now have... I now know why everything is not working, so I'm gonna keep that one. That should be fine. I'll get a few more of these and aim them in little different spots while I'm not moving, of course. Aim this one over that way, and then that's probably a little bit too much, to be honest. And then I'll get another one more, and then I'm gonna paste all of these. I'm going to go down here and cut all these out because I don't need them. And then fly back here. Oh crap, where'd they go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god, I might as well reload just so there's no extra garbage in the world, and I should have placed a GPS because I'm in space. I'm not used to being in space. Oh man. See, there's always something else can go wrong. Oh. Wowzers. Wowzers. Alright, let's try that again, and I'm gonna GPS 1. There we go. So I know where I am. I know where I am now. And it's good. It's much better that I'm all the way over here, actually out of the 1.2 kilometer or 1200 meters for you Freedom Unit users out there, range of the sensor mod. So it shouldn't pick it up and shouldn't start aiming at it until it's 1.2 away. So that should be all right. Let's go up a little higher. Scroll it on in. Scroll it on in. And this one wants to be aimed at it. I'm kind of off a little bit. Oh, wait, I did save with the... Oh, good. Oh. If I had to do that all over again because I forgot to turn the setting off, I would have screamed. Oh, all right, here we go, here we go. So these are no mods, no scripts, no DLCs. This one here is sensor mod extender 1200 meter mod only, and that needs no dependency, so it's a solo mod needed only. All available on the Steam Workshop, mod.io, blah, 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 for all the people in the future just joining. Quick save. And let's get it on. Got the camera in the right position. Button. Button. There we go. See, it was the ownership on paste. What I needed to actually get the enemy Rhino Explorer ship going, but I didn't actually have it on this computer anyway, so that was completely redundant. I'm going to lock onto this first missile here. I should have waited just a couple seconds, because they're going to go so much faster than the rest of them. That's alright. It's alright. It'd be good to see two different types of tests, because there's 4 missiles. It should target this quite often. Oh, that's right, the thrusters on the cluster missile. Boom. Here we go. Oh, hit. Hit. Oh, hit again. See, the shielded ones do so much more damage because the shield is just a wall in itself. It's pretty quite crazy. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, but with the shielded mod, and I bet you any money, that's why the shield mod wasn't working either, because it wasn't owned by me. Oh, yeah, colored black doesn't help either. That's, not too good. Oh, I'll show you the front of it, my Rhino Explorer ship quickly with my spectator camera, GIP, and I'll show you what it really does have. F8. So behind these, there's a little surprise. You've got missiles, and you've got another missile. Lights. Let there be lights. So that's what behind those doors. There is a decoy block in here that's got the welder. Okay, the lights are great on that. You can't really see, but there's the decoy block right behind all that heavy armor right there. This is actually available to download, so you can check it out yourself. It's got hectic lights. It's got 2 hangars, refinery modules. You can change that. CIC, massive hangar bay. This took, I think it was about a month to build, as I wanted it to be as low a PCU as possible. If I flick back to my camera and I'll find where it is again. Where am I? There it is. If I control C it, it's only 34,000 PCU with under 3,000 total blocks, which was my main thing. I wanted it to be as stable as possible. Actually, I might just paste one in here, and yes, it is upside down. This does work on PerTam, but just add some parachutes to slow it down before reaching the surface, but it will hover on surface, which is really quite good. I was showing you, that's right, these ones here. The cluster missiles are right here, and these are all built up, all on these red panels, or was it the yellow one? Yeah, that's all the doors, and then I've got a lockdown timer that triggers everything, turns the welders on, locks everything down. You can check it out. This thing doesn't disappoint. It really doesn't disappoint. I know I'm kind of blowing smoke out my bottom right now, but I really am quite proud of this ship. I really am. I really did quite enjoy building it, because, yeah, it was my first design ever, and then I did... I think it was this one, and then that one, and then the one with the shield. So what I can do is flick on the other way around because that was upside down, and I'll get the fire and forget, and I bet you any money this will work now. Aim it away a little bit. One. Aim that way. Two, and then I'll aim one up and then one down, just so we've got all covered, kinda. For the fact that, yes, it does target any enemy block. So that means it will target just a normal kind of turret that could be on the very bottom of your ship. So it'll only hit the turret and that's it, like keep going kind of thing, where sometimes it'll lock onto the very middle of the ship and just punch a huge hole right through it, like directly through it. How are we going on time? Hour 10. What time is it? It is 10 past 12. That is pretty good, actually. I'm actually having a lot of fun, to be honest. Hope everyone else is in chat. So yeah, the PCU was 34,000 and the part count was 2777 or something like that. No, lol, 27. That's actually my favorite number, to be honest. I see that number everywhere. So if I shift 5, and I should get a button on these. I'll just build a button. Button. Who's got the button? Button. Launch, start. So these are completely off the Steam Workshop, and I haven't heard anyone complain that they don't work, even when the mod got updated like 50 billion times in the process. So technically these should still work. Fingers crossed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to release these ones to kind of give a bit of defense while I get the rest of them. Actually, I should do a quick save up here, and I'm going to do a test launch on one of these to make sure it works, because I don't trust it. Oh, shield. Ta-da! No, that was so close. Alright, before it does it, I'm going to go back because we want the grand reveal. Drum roll. Whew. I need to get a glass of water soon. And don't worry, when I do go for a break halfway through the stream, it's going to be a 3-hour stream. I started at 11 AM AEST, or Australian daytime, Sydney time, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But I did make a 5 or 6 minute break video of me doing my first tests on the player follow drone for you to watch while I get like a glass of water or something. But I'll let you know when that comes, so don't go anywhere just yet. That works, and we're good to grow, pretty much. Boing. No, missed it, got it. Let's just get this on so I can see where I'm aiming. My eyesight is terrible, it really is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Ready, steady, go. Should have sent the shielded ones first, but hey, what do you do? We're already here now. I am not going to be able to catch up, so I'm going straight to my spectator camera to catch this. There's just no way I'm not going to be able to see that. Zoom in a little bit for you. Unfortunately, there's no kind of noise that you can really see. Here we go. We'll wait for the shielded ones to come in. That's when the real damage will be going. I kind of missed, I guess. I think these are the shielded ones. I'm hoping. Or is it because of the batteries? Did they even launch? I don't know if they even launched. They did. Yeah, the point defense is just too crazy. I might even have to turn what's the name off. Did a bit of damage. I think I might know what's going on. I think it may have something to do with my world cleanup. Too many blocks in a short amount of space that aren't named powered. I think those are the only two, to be honest. So if I just disable that function, so Alt F10, trash removal, suspend. So now that shouldn't have any issues, I don't think. I'll save that so I don't forget, and I'm just going to launch these 4. Because technically, these are actually quite boss. Better not hit it. Yeah. I don't want you to hit them, I want you to hit that. I think it might have had to do with the cleanup. The trash removal. Look at this, so... yeah. 1, 2, 3... oh, ba-doing! Did I miss one? Yes? I must have missed one, or I might have not seen it. Yeah. Does quite a bit of damage. Maybe if I just didn't post them in so close, and yeah, there it is. It's still there. It's still alive. Oh, where's that one that went ba-doing? Where'd you go? Oh, still there. So as I said, you can literally, like, even put a remote block on this thing and control it yourself to get it out, as this has still got quite a lot of shield capacity on it. Shield control, 140,000, roughly. And then, yeah, the shield is actually building. So the longer this thing flies, the stronger and more tank-like it gets. Yeah. It usually does. So let's try that all again, and now it should work. Wait for it to load. It's funny enough that where my computer is, or where my computers are, as I have 2 of them. One of them is my 27 PC, i7 7700K 1080 Ti Waterforce, 11 gigabyte, I think it is. Built that in 2017, but recently I've just built a new PC. I've actually got a video of that where I built it. It's just very, very basic. Might want to go check it out, and that's what I'm using now. But I've actually, going back to where I was starting off with, I've got like a 50-meter LAN cable that I had for my house back up north in the Hunter Valley. I'm down in Sydney at the moment with family, and I've actually got that running from the back of my old computer that's pushing out the stream all the way into my lounge room to have a more stable stream to stream out to you guys live. So that's was an interesting thing I had to do and kind of annoy my family and wife with. But hey, I guess it is what it is. Caps lock off. Let's launch these up, shall we? There's one. I'll give him a bit of a break in between. Four and 5. And then I'll wait just a couple seconds. Actually, no, I won't, because I did give him a couple seconds on that. 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually going to follow this one so we can see them coming in. And that one's launched. Oh, there it is. It just locked on target. Oh, it's targeting the back of it, I think. Oh, or is it targeting the front again? Punch. 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 Or did that one up the top miss? Yeah, it did. There we have it. There we go. There we go. Another few sizable chunks. Most of this is light armor, for the fact that I wanted it to be really quite light, obviously. If I go in here, nice good service ramp. I do have invulnerability before I cook myself. Invulnerable, yes I do have. I'll come in here. Gyroscopes out the wazoo, for the fact that, is my light on? Okay, I don't think I can turn my light on, but hopefully you can see that with YouTube compression. Yeah, it's got a lot of thrusters, and I'll go over here into the rear hangar bay and show you these But there's just lots of ways to actually walk around this ship, and the accessibility of it was its main capability as well. So you can try and get to everything, weld it up. If it doesn't automatically have a self-welding rebuild system, because it's got a projector in its main CIC, which is surrounded by 2 layers. One layer of light armor, and the inner of it is actually heavy armor. I'll just go into it. I don't know where I'm going. So this is actually underneath it. This is underneath the CIC. Got an extra reactor. Just put things in good places. I'd like to know where my lights are. Ah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Hang on, let me just go up to the CIC where a control seat is, and I'll get some battery power. Because if I can't see anything, nobody else can. Just charge a little bit. That might actually be really good for the fact that I will probably want to launch some of those manual guided missiles at it, and then we'll probably fly down to the planet, and I'll try and take some suggestions of what everyone actually wants to kind of see in terms of drones, either on a planet, or I can build a new one from hydrogen or something like that. Just let me know. I'm always up for new suggestions and anything that can improve designs for the future, as the designs I make, most of the time I don't really use them myself unless it's a tutorial for you, as I find the survival kind of thing really grindy. But yeah, I did do my first season of survival was really quite difficult to do. There was a lot of editing. I had to learn a lot of YouTube to do it. It was a huge learning curve, actually. It was really quite intense. And as you can see, these are the heavy panels, heavy armor block, as this is the... Actually, I can actually just delete it for the fact that I'm about to reload anyway. There's the CIC. So it's all surrounded by heavy armor. And I was going to put like blast doors here or something like that, but it just didn't work with everything, and they just didn't look nice. Where else have we got? Where else? Over here, jetpack off. I do have a gravity gen on this thing. Just don't think it's actually turned on currently, as I built this in that time lapse on the planet, obviously. So. Whoa, okay. That's one way to get up. Magnetic pads. Whoa, that's just jetpack, shall we? Let's just jetpack up, shall we? We've got all this. We've got easy access to the second control room, which you get a nice view of everything. And I like the kind of height you get while driving it with this position of this control seat. It's really quite nice. Nice, good view above. Good access from up the top. Oh, those mag plates are actually kind of driving me nuts a little bit. Kind of wondering why all the sounds aren't working, actually. I'll go out here and I'll show you there's easy access to each side. So you can get to the sides, manually launch these or set them off as you wish. Open sesame. And then we'll go up to the observation deck. And this was actually quite annoying to build. Very different iterations to get the look I was kind of looking for, and all I did was just this. I just got to the end of it and I'm like, I just can't do it anymore. That's good enough. So if you can make this thing look any better than it does, I'm more than happy to. But you got nice view down below, out the front. If anything gets really weird, you can just jump down here nice and easy if you're up the top. Yeah, I really kind of enjoyed this build, actually. Yeah, let's get to it. I got jump drives. I think it's got maximum jump capability because this thing is actually really quite small, but really quite useful. It's just got... I could be here all day talking about this thing. I really could. You should go check it out. I know I've said that like 5 times now, and I will stop saying it from now on. Let's reload. And this is why I don't have quick save on. Imagine how many times it would have saved and overridden backup saves that I couldn't revert back to. It would have would have been nuts. It's all airtight. All 100% airtight up the top. Inside, the only thing that is not airtight is the printer cargo bay in the front. For the fact that it just doesn't like it with the way I've done it. I try to get as much... The way I kind of did it, I'll fly over there. The way I kind of did it... F6. The way I kind of did it on the bottom of it here is over here, it's not completely possibly airtight with this, as well as a few of the things on the inside. I can't remember exactly what was causing it. Oh look, now my gravity thing's working. Okay. Oh, I could have been destroyed because that was the destroyed one. That's right. Excuse me. Because of these engines as well, I think it could have been. But I've got all these placed, and that's where the oxygen tanks and all sorts of stuff to be able to feed the missiles up the front and allow the cargo to be accessed anywhere else in the ship. So it was really weird. I built the ship, uploaded it, and then realized I went to place a oxygen tank in one of the easy cargo containers I have up here near my CIC. If I go up one more. These two here, I couldn't actually get to the main cargo. Small cargo container, rear cargo container. I couldn't actually get anything into these or out of these. That might not be the right one. The hangar bay, the hangar bay ones and the small cargo ones. But you know what I mean. And I had to change all sorts of air tanks to then fix that. These ones are for gun turrets on the sides that, obviously, when printing it up, it doesn't quite remember some action groups. You give it, unless you give that action group a group, to save it as a... Whoa! Save it as a group itself. I'm so glad I actually did make that GPS. Oh, I didn't make that GPS. That's the antenna from the manual. That's lucky. That's really lucky. Alright, there was a few other ones. I've got a few Canary missiles, actually. I might try some of those. Missiles, because I can't spell. That's the planetary guided cluster missile. I will definitely show you at some point today. My multi-ship printer. I did have many versions of these. Varied reasons, absolute varied reasons. Some of them turned weird. How can I explain it? Stop moving, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. These are all using the same exact sensor extender mod. It literally is my absolute favorite mod ever in this game. As space engineers, 50 meters as the base range for the base sensor sucks. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Like, what can you really do with it? You can't really do a lot with it. There's not much. Button. Who's got the button? Can't place it there, can't place it there, can't place it there. I can place it there though. That's fine. That works. I'm happy. And then I gotta get the launch. Start. Should have just pasted them, and I shall. Control C. Or are these batteries? Oh, the reactors have nothing in them. Awesome source. Awesome source. So that's another thing I need to fix. These are not actually available to download on the workshop or anything like that, unfortunately. Let me know, and I may actually just upload them for you. Spawn. Because there is 3 of them. Spawn in there. And spawn in there. 1, 2, 3. That. Oh, There's another one there, just in case. Let's aim them a little different. Let's aim one of them up, shall we? And stop moving. And save. And launch. Hopefully. Yay! You know? Okay, that one no wanty work. So let's see how this one goes. It should be locking on about now. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I must have it at 1,000, not 1,200 max. Just to save a bit of electricity and charge. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. I'll go this side so we can see it a bit better. So the reason why I've got few designs of these is because obviously the less of an imprint it makes with those shots coming forward, the better. As I found this was one of my better designs. And yeah, there it goes. Where is it? Here they come. So there's 4 of them. There we go. We'll come on down here since we've got my character. Let's see if any of them will actually make it. I don't know if any will make it. This one's getting closer. Oh, that would have hit it. Where's another one? There was 3. I swear there was 3. Maybe not. I don't know where it went. I actually don't know where it went. Or is it still coming? I guess it's still coming. Yes, they are. They're just taking a little longer. Okay. Not sure why they're not going max speed, to be honest. Oh. Houston, I think you're missing something, bro. Yeah, that's right. I had warheads in them. I'm not too sure why. I'll reload that and I will turn up that overridden thrust on that push one. There was many designs I had in missile testing for the fact that when you think about it, when you're launching a missile and it's going straight, if you're trying to shoot a moving target, it looks at the target, but it cannot slow itself down. So, how do I explain it? Let's just say that this ship is moving forward. If I were a missile and I'm flying towards it, it's going to be continuously trying to go for it, but it's also going to be swinging right at the same time. Having a second set of thrusters that will not be overridden will allow it to stop itself in one direction to then catch up to it a lot better. I hope that makes sense. If that makes sense, let me know in the comments below. I talk a lot of stuff. So let's get into these. Lock, go away. And then let's go in here. So green, green, green. So they've all got the power. Search. Launch. Forward thrusters. So there's 3 of them. Ion thruster. Forward, okay. And that's on max. That should be fine. That's right, I've got a sensor that's on the front of it looking for an enemy grid to then trigger everything as when this missile hits another grid, sometimes the warheads don't actually explode in the way you want them to from taking damage. So it's much easier to have them trigger an explosion where you want. so it has a better effect, as you saw on the massive hole it had. So what I can do is I'm going to save right there, and I'm going to launch these up as a diversion. And then I'm going to launch those other ones, the canary I call them, the black canary. 3 and 4 and 5. Oh, I didn't copy any of them. Lol, that's alright. 1, that one. That one. And again. And again. Oh, it looks like one of my missiles hit this thing down here. So I'll lock onto this one so we can keep going. Or should I lock onto the second one? I'll lock onto the second one, get a bit of a better view. So there is a lot of things going on here. This my computer, I'd have done a bit of overclocking, and yes, I was going to release an overclocking video, but decided against it for the fact that there are already so much. Yeah, it does seem like the batteries again. It's just weird that I actually did design this, and it was working as intended. It's just quite strange. When I first designed it... Oh, there you go, and then it's fine. Oh, boom! Right. Where are we going, where are we going, where are we going? Okay, didn't have any warheads on it, I guess. This point defense on my ship, I think, might be a little too overpowered, to be honest. So let's get another battery or a reactor or some extra power on that mini canary. Then I'll launch this up. I'm going to go and have a quick 5 or 6 minute break afterwards. So just getting this. 500 megawatts. 500 killer wasps. If you're an Aussie, you know where I'm coming from. The canary. There it is. Reactor. I might as well get all the stuff I need for when I make a base. Oh, I can spell. And antenna. Without deleting stuff off, that'd be great. Yeah, it's gonna be too big, and then it's gonna be too chunky. So let's jam a couple more. One, 2, 3. That should, I guess, be enough. Maybe. Uranium ingot. Uranium ingot. Uranium ingot. And that's got the stuff in it as well. Alright, so let's see what this one can do. Aim it down a little bit. Aim it over that way. And then we'll aim it up. Alright, so I'll just do a quick save here. And where am I? There we are. Button. Button. And just trying to space them out just a little bit. Alright, here we go. Let's see what this can do. This should make it much better. Ah, there we go. There you go, Gib. You called it once again. See, I'm not learning from that mistake earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure this is the one that was the second, I think. Oh, there it is. It's locking on. I'll get on this side where the sun is. Here it is, locking on a little bit more firmly. Incoming. This is full of warheads on the front of it too. I'm gonna get on this side. Oh, okay. No warhead. No warhead. It's hitting it. Oh, there's one. Where's the fourth one? I guess the fourth one might have hit something on the way. Or I might not have hit the button. But yeah, imagine that. And they're really simple to actually build and, as you can see, launch, apart from my mess-ups. They're really quite cheap as well, actually. Apart from like the warheads and stuff in them, they're pretty good. And you can still see this thing is still going on and detecting all sorts of stuff. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload that. I'm going to load up my break video that I took about half an hour or something like that making yesterday. Just putting text up on the screen telling you what I'm doing without me being here. Giving you something to watch while I go and have a quick drink of water, because my throat and my mouth is very, very dry. Under the murder hornets, though, yeah. The killer wasps reference I made before is actually a car ad in Australia, and they're talking about the kilowatts power in a car of some sort. I can't remember the brand of it. And someone overheard it, and it was like Chinese whispers, and they're like, killer wasps! And then everyone in the video just goes nuts. There's a few good ones out there, like, not happy, Jan! That's another one of my favourite ones, but, yeah. I'll, catch you in 5 or so minutes. I'll just load up my video that I've got over here. Here we go. Thank you so much. I'll be back. G'day, 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 I am back. Just getting my headphones on. I did not leave myself enough of a break at all. That was pretty intense. Had to go get myself a drink, cleaned up my table a little bit, just checking my notes again. Get my glasses, otherwise can't see anything. It's always fun. Always fun, 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 fun. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? We've got the canaries, we've got all that. So I want to actually spawn down on the planet. Has anyone got any ideas for what they want to see in terms of drones? What do we got? What was the first song? I was digging that. I'll actually just have a quick look in my edited video, unedited. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There it is. Oh, bug, I've got 4 songs there. I need to open up my editing software. And yes, I do use DaVinci Resolve, obviously. Might as well show you what I've got. SE tutorials, extras, 5-minute video. The first song I used was called Darker Thoughts by Silent Partner. It is a YouTube audio song, so you can get it from the YouTube music library. The second song was Come Get With Us by Track Tribe, for any of those in the future that want to know. There's lots and lots of songs in the YouTube library, but 90% of them are boring AF. There's only a few of them, and I'm pretty sure both of those songs, or at least one of, I have used already in another video, unfortunately, but I like the song as much as you do. What are we getting? What are we getting at? So I'll probably go ahead and delete all of these. We'll go down to the planet, and I'll be able to get some better view of everything. And I will definitely have to upgrade and update all of these. So please remind me in the comments below if I haven't already done so. Clear all these up, just so we've got no extra lag. And then F8, let's go down to the planet. Oh, big door just slammed behind me, awesome sauce. And go there. Alright, cool, back on the planet. Oh, much better. Let's get rid of that unknown signal, because we don't need it. The home GPS is perfectly fine. So, what I wanted to show you, that's right, was my planetary guided missile, and I'm gonna have to practically learn this one as well, so you can learn it along with me for when I make the tutorial on it in the next coming weeks, I guess. What have we got? Planet. If I can spell, that'd be fantastic. The one from the Steam Workshop should be good. Actually, I might want to get a base down. Just get a base. Control V. Actually, I'll press B so it locks to the grid so I can get it nice. And I'll get a couple of them going. Get them down to the floor. 1, 2, and 3. There's a few of these things I need to set up. 4, and then I need, get rid of my hand out of the way. Fly up above them. About, yeah, it was about yay high. GPS. Missile high. Not good at naming stuff, but as long as you remember what the GPS is for, it should be fine. The remote. So it doesn't have anything saved in it. That's fine. Which way are we going to put this enemy out to? Out over here, maybe? This one needed to be a little about the same-ish. you ever want to do a previous GPS, go into your chat and press up. That'll do the most recent. Let's just call it north, missile north. And then I need to go all the way over here and place an enemy base of sorts, which I'll probably just use my Rhino Explorer ship once more. Make sure we go. The whole reason for this missile is that it's long range. I actually have a overridden gyro on it to actually cancel out the curvature of the planet you're on. So it's quite interesting. I'll have to dial it in a bit. Rhino Explorer. Just place it into the dirt just like so, so it's like a station in itself. I am going to all turrets off, and I'm going to transfer everything to the space pirates. F8, control space, F6. Beauty. Just to skip me having to fly back, I'll save that up. One last thing I forgot I needed to do is I need to make a GPS just on the outskirts of it, or was it? No, I didn't need to do that at all with this one, that's right. I needed to make that GPS for the drone, vanilla attack drone I had. I've got another video on that one. I'll see if I can put a card in it later on after the stream is finished. Control space. Where am I? There we are. Okay, so what I need it to do is... Actually, it'd be much easier to do all of this on one of them. So I'll go into the remote block, set the remote block up as I need. It needs to go to high, then north, and then on north, add to remote to start. I'm pretty sure it was trigger. No, it was start. Remote control, that one. It was on start. And I had to add this. Yep. Or was it I had to turn that off? Yeah. That adds it onto that second one. Yep. Remote goes onto that. Yeah. And then I need to turn on the battery. Battery launch to auto. So it has power. There we go. Now we're on track. At least I'm hoping. Let's get these other two in, sorry. I can count. 1 and 2. Yeah, provided everything goes smoothly is right. Absolutely right. Let's save there. So this should technically, I'll explain as it goes. So you trigger the actual, that's the printer, that's right, then the gravity, the initiate, so launch timer. Yeah, so it launches up, turns all the batteries from the recharge that it's on from the printer to auto, starts the next timer, turns it on, then starts it, and disconnects itself from the printer. Yep, that's right. Then it starts the initiate, which turns everything over, turns the stockpile off on the tanks, redundancy to disconnect from the printer once more, turns the gyros on, turns the lift-off thrusters, starts the aim timer. Aim timer, I'm pretty sure that said height aim. Yeah, height aim. I was going to say there's no other timer. After 5 seconds, it arms the warheads, turns it all off. And then the add is added to the remote at the right time. Okay, cool. So 5. Let's test it out. 1. Oh, hang on. That's right. I only needed the 1. I only needed the 1 because it was the missile. See, I'm getting this one here confused with my vanilla attack drone that was using the GPS to get off the ground as a normal drone would, but this is the missile design, so it doesn't need that top one. Should be able to just remove that out and it should just go. Yeah, I didn't think, because obviously it's going to try and hit that no matter how high it goes up. Oh, okay. I'm zoomed all the way from... Yeah, there we go. So I need to go to the remote, and I need to remove the missile high on all of them. Missile high, remove. And missile high. Also, by the way, anyone in chat now or in the future, let me know. Do you mind if you can hear the keyboard clacks while someone's playing the game? As I just bought myself a new K100 Corsair keyboard, and it's really quite clacky. That does get picked up in videos from time to time. Just wondering if it does actually annoy anyone. Alright, let's get this going. 1, so that should go up. I've got to wait for it to clear before sending the next one. It should go over to the missile north and go on its merry way. Here we go. Yep, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. So I'll get my jetpack on and follow this one. So this will need to go up to the missile north. Sets its height. It'll actually keep this height the whole time. And this is not very on. I don't know if that's actually going to get it or not. Might not. But that's actually really good for someone that's just pasting something in like this. 1.765. Oh, there it is. It locked on. Here we go. See, it's got the extra thruster to cancel out that sideways velocity. And there we go. So I need to adjust. I need to adjust when it lets them go. So a lot later. So I need to reduce that sensor. As you can see, it's dropping before. This is why you throw out the tester one. Yeah. Okay. So if I reload that, change up the range of the sensor, the trigger sensor, to trigger later, it should work. When the game loads, to be good, I'll have a sip of my Energico. Oh. Hopefully I haven't got that raspy voice anymore. Sensor front, excuse me. Bottom extent front. So if I go 700, it was somewhat close. So I'll go 800. I'll go 750. $800, $750. I'll go 700 on that one. So we'll have 800 meters until it triggers away from the enemy. We'll have 750, and then we'll have 700. So that should be a good variable test. Oh my god, I'm doing something smart for once. Going up. Next. Move out of the way, move out of the way, move out. Oh, sometimes it does that, that's why I'll wait. Oh. what's the name didn't turn on. Oh, there we go. I accidentally pressed the Z button at the same time, and I turned my inertia dampeners off, so I wasn't cancelling out gravity. There we go. Oh, it didn't hit it. It'll go back a little bit. That's good. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I don't want it to accidentally, like, having to turn around and go the wrong way. There we go. That one seems to be good. And I'm guessing the other one will be okay as well. Here we go. Turns onto it. As you can see, I'm not moving anything. It's doing it itself. Let's see how far away we got. So... spot on. Look at that. Oh, that was a beautiful hit. That was a beautiful hit. Here we go again. Oh, no. So 800. That was too late. So it triggered too late. And then this one's going to be even worse. See, as you can tell, these ones are really hard. So I'll load it back up again. And I will have a look at that gyro that's overridden. For the fact that the further it goes, otherwise it'll just go straight off out into space pretty much. The gyro kind of cancels out the curvature by pointing the nose down ever so slightly after a certain amount of time. Yeah, oh, it's cool. Thank you. It's good to know about the keyboard. I've been asking, I do honestly, I play a lot of Overwatch, and since Overwatch 2 came out, I've been going absolutely nuts on it. Support, healer, and a main all the way through, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I can't remember what I was actually going with that. We want to change this to 800. 800 and... whoa, Sharpie, come from 800. Okay, so cool. Shift F5, and let's do that again, because that was really cool. Going up. Going over. It's figuring it out. Launch that up. There we go. That's right, I was actually going to show you that gyro, but I'm pretty sure me explaining what it does is hopefully good enough. There we go, lock onto that one. Once it hits that GPS, whatever you want to name it, there it is right there. It's set to trigger. Or set to, oh that's right, it's set to start, that timer. Here we go. I'll get right behind it like this, shall we? So you can see the side thrusters are cancelling out the momentum from the left. And they're not overridden whatsoever. They're just absolutely normal thrusters. Another beautiful hit. Let's go over here, shall we? Get a view from this side. Hopefully it'll hit the observatory. That'd be nice. No. Oh, they just cut the nose off. Oh no, I was going to go after that again. Yeah. Oh well. You see what it is? It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. And the more accurate you have that GPS, the more you can really set it out. It's much better if I visualize it for you. How do I explain it? What I'm trying to... I've like got it visualized in my head. As soon as the game loads, hurry up. You're making me lose it, game. Come on. Before my bones turn to dust. Might be nice. Come on. Thank you. So what I was trying to explain... Come on, Ding. Thank you. So the more accurate you have the GPS on with these... So I'll just copy this and I will... line it up perfectly like so. I will grab these, which are on the 700 meters still, and I will place them down as I have over there, all exactly the same, except the GPS I have placed is much more accurate since I created the enemy or pasted the enemy in after making the GPS. So obviously if you've got a base, you're going to make the GPS as like in line as possible. And the way that it kind of works is that this middle one would go directly for it. This one over here would actually swing off to the right of it and then swing into the left, actually attacking the right side of it. While opposite on this one, it swings off to the left and then into the right, attacking the left side of it. Where this is attacking right smack bang in the middle. And you can just imagine if you've got like 4 more on this side, 4 more on that side, you're going to have a lot better options of it swinging into and attacking that actual object itself. So we'll go ahead and test this up, and I'll do a quick save. Auto save is a pain in the butt, I'm telling you right now, it can be a real pain in the butt. Most of the time I didn't even have it on in my survival series, for the fact that every time I tried to do something with my drones, it wouldn't work as intended. So I had to like reverse and revert it to where I could just smoothly explain it as you saw in the edit. 1, 2, 3. Jetpack now. So this one is the one from the left side of it. So this should swing over to the right and in down to the left. So it won't always attack that nose now. The other ones are still coming, that's fine. It's found the target, and obviously it's on the right side, so it's swinging into the left. Back in the day when I first built this, I used to love standing on it until it actually trigger. But I want to kind of show everyone here. Lots of stuff. Let go of the drone a little bit too late. That's right. Here comes another one. And I can just see that one behind it as well. So this is the one that was in the middle. It should attack in the middle of it somewhere. Oh, I didn't even see that. Sorry about that. I wasn't expecting it to hit there. And then this one over here should attack the nose. There we go. So yeah, it's actually really quite dangerous, and you can increase the gyro that spins it, which I'll do that now so you can see the difference it makes. So if you've got a huge base that's laid out instead of just one item like I've got, it can do so much more. I'm just checking the comments again. I really got to remember to check this out. The deploy sequence was pretty cool. Love the gyro spin to spread. Sorry, I'll start that again. Sorry about that. That deploy sequence was pretty cool. Love the gyro spin to spread them, and the keyboard doesn't really phase me. It's not terribly loud. Yeah, slice the front off. Yeah, that was brilliant. That was awesome. That's definitely going to go in like a blooper of some sort. Does the height of the GPS alter the release distance? Yes, it does. I'm really glad you did ask that, as that is another one of the things that is really quite... You have to dial it in, as you saw to begin with. Like, I'm just like, place the GPS there. Yeah, that'll be good, as I really want to put myself in your shoes as much as possible. Any errors, anything bad I can come across, I'd rather encounter them than you encounter them and never see me again. I like my subscribers, I like my community. The Space Engineers has just been absolutely fantastic to me so far. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'll go to the spin, as I was saying. Spin, no, I want the gyro, that's hidden please. And it's on 40, so I might as well max it out to 60. See how we go. Spin, and it's really quite funny to find out which way and which one of these you need to override. You literally just need to place the gyro on the drone or whatever it is, as much in the middle of it itself. So this will be the spin right here, or that one, without even me looking at it. There's the right, there's the left. Where is my spin? Is that the one there? Yep, there it is, because it's attached to the main column. So it's effectively putting its mass on that middle bit. I would not put the gyro here for the fact it wouldn't be as effective, and I'd put it on the outside of the core itself, if that makes sense, hopefully. I have done all that. Let's go over here. Let's do a quick save. Launch it up. That's moving out of the way. Let's launch the next one. Oh, move out of the way, missile! No! Thank you. Oh, let's bring the sun back. Oh! I think I did it too early. Yes, I did. Got a little bit overzealous. And for those of you not quite sure how the sensors are moving the drone itself to point it in the correct direction, I'll quickly show you a little bit for those that are not quite sure how it works, is that this sensor, whenever it is actually able to see an enemy, it will trigger and turn on one of these gyros, which is already overridden, to point it in that direction. So if I'm right here, this sensor will see me and it will turn on the respective gyro to turn it in this direction that's overridden. If I'm on this side, that sensor can't see me anymore and turns off the gyro, stopping it pointing in that direction. And if I'm right here, same thing. This will turn on and the gyro will turn it towards me in the same way. So that gyro, that sensor is not looking at that side. It's only looking at this corner, if that makes sense. And the same with that on this corner. Really quite simple, really quite simple. Had a bubble in the back of my throat. Ah, we've got a storm, that's what it is. Weather, remove weather, admin tools. See, handy. I was wondering where the sun was going to before. Now we know. So, oh, I'm on the wrong side of it. Let's launch that one up. Wait for it to move out of the way, like I didn't do last time. And the whole reason why I didn't have another GPS it needed to hit on the way up is because I wanted to actually act like a missile. So I really wanted it to like launch up and just go straight through, but having to do that would make it's really quite annoying. Having to make it hit that GPS. Oh my god, I did it again. Come on, Sharpie. How did I do that twice? It's not me, I swear. I've really just got to wait. Twice now. Come on. Whew, the day is getting late. I will have to get off at some point or another in the next, say, 45 minutes. For the fact that I have my son's preschool's Christmas/graduation party this afternoon. So I'm actually really quite looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting. Let's save on the correct side and let's launch them up and wait just a bit, hey? Wait for it to move out of the way. Go up. Wait for it to move out of the way. Yeah, it drops right above it. Look at that, right above it. How annoying. Oh, I gotta catch up to this before it gets that GPS and overrides the thrusters to maximum. Like that. Made it just. Oh. Just saw your comment, Gib, button in front must push. I like half thought I like didn't have my microphone unmuted from my small break, which definitely wasn't long enough. That's alright, that's a thing for the future. See, it doesn't really do extra on it. Oh, that's so satisfying. I could literally do this all day. Destruction is my forte. This one I'm not missing. Oh, I kind of missed it. That kind of sucks. This one hopefully should be a little bit better. This is the one that was on the nose. Oh, much better. Boom! There goes the turret on the top. I think we're missing something, guys. Just something small, nothing too big. Hey, the missiles are fine. Can't reload them, but the missiles are fine. I don't think it's airtight anymore, not like this room was actually airtight anyway. But the rest of it should be. So I've got low O2. Ah. I forgot. Duh. That's right, I'm kind of missing something on the back end too, eh? Surprised it didn't get in the middle of it. That's alright, let's go again, and what else have I got? Let's have a look at my other designs. Anything else that I haven't shown before? Yeah, oh. It's funny, it just dropped, like the second missile dropped back directly above the third one, unfortunately. And that's why. What have I got? Oh, the analog clock. This was a gigantic pain in the butt. And I don't think I've got it available to download or anything like that. I've got a camera there that you're supposed to look through. It's supposed to go at 15 degrees every minute. Well, 15? No, it's 15 degrees every hour. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. It was 15 degrees every hour. And having to try and tame the velocity and the game tick of this design was absolutely mind-boggling. It still hasn't been dialed in just yet, for the fact that if your game lags due to performance or something like that, this just stops being so accurate, and the more and more it slows down, the more and more minutes are being counted off. So I actually designed the digital one. That's actually one I downloaded ages ago to check out before I designed this, I think it was. And I'll just get the one off the Steam Workshop. Turn it around. So I'll turn it around the other way. So if we go back to missiles, we can see it counting. And this all works on the velocity of this one piston. It literally goes up and down at a specific speed, enough to trigger each of those sensors, to trigger the piston to reverse back and trigger again to keep going up and down, while triggering an entire group. There's one group of timer blocks, there's another group of timer blocks, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. The way that works is that only one of these timer blocks is on at any one given point, and can only be triggered. So the way that this piston works is that when it comes down and this sensor sees it, it triggers this entire group to be triggered. So that means this timer here would then trigger. It would turn all the respective lights on and the last one's off, because I have another timer to reset as it goes through each one, if that makes sense. It turns it turns the next timer block on in the sequence and turns itself off. So, for instance, this would trigger, it would trigger the correct light sequence, it would turn itself off and turn this one on, and then just keep triggering and counting per se. Once it gets to a certain timer, or like the 10th one or whatever it is for 10 seconds, it then triggers to the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And I've actually got this thing here, I almost forgot. You can get it to disconnect and trigger something at any given time. So if you put a command of that on any one of these timer blocks here, you can get it to trigger anything useful in your base. Like, I wouldn't say turning your base lights on, as my Solar Brain, actually available to download, already does that, as well as protecting solar panels using Izzy Solar Script. Not absolutely needed. It is completely vanilla as is. It just uses timer blocks, connectors, and a solar panel, I think it is. I can actually just bring it out now. Solar Brain. This is my absolute most difficult design I have ever had to do in this game. It was an insane build, and the reason why the purple blocks are here, just to represent, just to help you build it or print it into a survival world. So you get rid of that, and that's it right there. You'd go in here, you'd turn that on, it'd pick up the solar panels or the solar array you'd have on hinges and all sorts of stuff. It also turns your base lights on and off, so this light is not on. When this light is on, it's an emergency mode. And where are the lights? I'm pretty sure that's the base light. So this light should turn on when that sun goes down. So I'll trigger this up. Just like so. So what this is doing is that this timer is telling all the other timers whether or not they should be working at a certain time. This one here is asking whether or not the sun is up, or whether or not this solar panel has power to power these two. So what it's going to do is that these two here is going to constantly disconnect, or sorry, it's going to try and connect back on, but it only can connect back on when it has power. This one over here is trying to disconnect it, checking if the sun is up or not. Hope that makes sense. If this isn't connected and this can't be stopped from being on this one here, because that's trying to tell that to stop, it tells that the sun set, it tells that the sun is down. Same thing goes with the sunrise. Once there's power, all of a sudden it gets back on, this starts all back up, and voila. So I'll get the sun down as it's really close to the bottom anyway. So there's no sun. That solar panel has lost power. It is now disconnected from the grid. This one here should now trigger over here, and it should turn the light on over here, just like so, representing that it has triggered for the night cycle. Not sure if it's supposed to do that one. Yep. That's all right. And then when I put the sun back up, it should go back on again. There it is. This is not connected for some reason. Oh, yep, I did not connect anything. That did it by itself. It's been a while since I used this design. So there you go. And then it resets. And then the light turns back off. I think I've just got the light on the wrong group, but that's fine. It still works as intended. Voila. That was a very complex way of doing it. This is that drone I was talking about before that I was getting confused with. Oh, nice work, Sharpie. Pasted it in the right way. I was getting confused with needing the GPS above the mines as well as the one just out of the turret range on the enemy. It swings into the enemy using that GPS and swings over it to come back and then dock back up. I've got a video on it. Go and check it out. It's really quite good. I'm going to use some of that design for my own missile blueprints. I do a fly-by-wire manually, but adding a spin and a spread of MIRVs should tidy up the destruction nicely. Yeah. If anything, I'd probably, depending, or even with my design of that planetary guided missile, I'd probably want to put another spin gyro to make there too, just to give it an extra bit of oomph. And then have two different timers, one triggering or one starting another one, set to like 1 second to be triggered, to kind of spread out when you actually release both the payload mines, if that makes sense. So if I come over here, I'll visualize it for you. So I've got two different timers, one to release the outer one, and then another one to release the inner one. So what I need to do is go into here. See, I've got the timer block 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's when they'd all kind of release. See, first cluster layer, second layer, third layer, and then fourth layer. But I think I've got them all to trigger each other, yeah, instead of starting. So it all kind of dumps them all out at once instead of over a wider, longer area. So that's completely up to you. You can take that. That's the whole point I do these kind of videos, is so you can not just take my design and call them your own. I hope you don't do that, or anyone does that. But it gives you the ideas to create your own, or even take my designs themselves and alter them for your purpose. That's the sort of stuff I'd love to see. If you join my Discord, I'll have it in the description below. Post up some screenshots of any of the designs you've grabbed from me or gotten some ideas, and share it. I'd love to show it in my next live stream, which I may, depending how this goes, I may do next week perhaps. I'm having a lot of fun. The start of the stream honestly could have been a lot better, but me and my admin tools, that's why I said gotta learn it. It just makes sense to learn that stuff. Automated grinder pit, oh man, here's this boss. I'll get that there. Hopefully the elevator still works. Tower elevator, yes, it works. Yes. Could probably shortcut. I don't know why that did that. Why did that do that? Probably because the two bottom pistons aren't being nice. That's alright, I'll leave that. This design here was actually from my survival season of survival series of Space Engineers, obviously. This was technically it's Circle of Protection. It's the Circle of Protection drone tower, Mark II, but it's really not. It's like Mark V, version 5 or something like that. I specifically designed it because I wanted like a centerpiece for my season to have everything kind of based around, and this thing uses way too many GPS points for what I want, and having this tower just to house all these drones instead of just having like that a battery and a connector or something like that on the top of it connected to your base, like the PCU in comparison, you'd be an idiot not to notice. Like, there's no question. Your performance of your game is going to increase so much, and this was practically the result of why my first season had to be cut so short, for the fact that my old computer just could not handle it anymore. I've still got all the saves. Let me know in the comments, as I have about two save games for every episode released on YouTube of my first survival season. So if you want, I can actually update and upload an entire timeline of my survival series to the Steam Workshop or Mod.io, that you can download that save world file and go in and just see my progress yourself. I have no idea why I haven't uploaded it as of yet, but it would be an absolutely fantastic thing to hear what people think about it. Just see what people do and all sorts of stuff. It'd just be really quite interesting. And I'm pretty sure I found out why it's not working. Because these are in the way. There we go, my elevator should work now. I want my elevator. No, that's not working still. Can I crush it? Ah! That's alright. That's fine. But yeah, everything it kind of needs. You've got good gun platforms, good sight, if you don't have a jetpack and you need to get up here, it's got stairs all the way up. Good views. Reactor, got a survival kit if you need. Got cargo out the wazoo for all the stuff you need. What else have we got? Let's go on to the next one. My cargo drone. It seems to be an absolute fan favorite, this one. Everyone just seems to love it. Like, the abilities this thing has is just endless almost. Not only is it taking the resources from your mining platform to bring back to your base, but it's also bringing ammo from your base to your drilling platform. So it's rearming and reloading your mining platform, so if it gets attacked, it's in the back of your mind that it needs ammo or something. It doesn't have any defenses or whatever it may be. So it's really quite handy. My cargo stick, all these cargo sticks and stuff like that are for the drones themselves with my Mark 1 printer. Just using, actually I might as well show you, this is actually my Mark 1 printer right here, funny enough. Place that there. And then the cargo stick, would go right about here-ish. Planted a bit more in the middle, just like so, and then I could just print up. I could actually just print it up right now if I wanted. So I'd turn that welder on, I'd turn off my creative mode tools because this is supposed to be survival, and then I'd reverse the piston that's set at a set velocity to just print it up. No, I've got no jetpack fuel, that's alright. And with the cargo drone, I may have to stop it at a certain second. Just stop it there, just to allow it to build everything. Just because there's a lot of stuff down the bottom here that it needs to get. There we go. This is so much easier than building it yourself or whatever. Building the turret on the top of it for its self-protection. Even though this drone is really quite... It is rather expensive, especially because of the large thrusters on the sides of it. But yeah, it is what it is. It's really good. It carries a lot of inventory. So I'll just turn that piston back on again to bring it back until stuff starts building again, and then I'll turn it back off again. Continues building. Bring that piston back again, and then that should build up the last of it. Turn that off again. There it is. So I'll pull that piston all the way back so it can finish, and then I'll go into the projector. Complete. 74 out of 74. Nice and easy. Yeah, and then I actually realized that there was a much easier way of doing it, for the fact that right here you've got the power of your base actually being able to charge your drone itself. So obviously when I pasted it in, this came with that. Where with this over here, I had to actually build this stick. But it's a really simple way that if you just want to build a drone nice and quick, like how long did it take me to build that drone from just pasting that in, pushing a couple buttons and stuff? Like, not long at all. And then to just reset it, I'd turn it off and then bring it back. But the drone's there, so I don't want to do that. From there, I could... Is my jetpack on? Yes! I could turn the merge block off. And I could try and have a control seat. Yes, I knew I had a control seat here somewhere. Just to get a little bit of power. And I could actually go into here, cargo drone, and control it. No? Did I get the wrong one? Ah, there we go. Cargo drone. Oh, I got the wrong one. Okay. Hang on. Wrong button. Wrong button. Wrong button. There. This is the one I want. Or is the... I think the antenna's not on. Hang on. Antenna? Yeah, the antenna's on. Oh, okay. That's right. Because it's still called the cargo stick. Okay. Yeah, so I just need to change the cargo stick to cargo drone. And okay. So now when I do it, it'll actually be correct. So I'll just go over here, control the drone, and there we go. So there it is there. Hello. Hello. No. Bye. Yeah. What else have we got? What else we got? We got some... that's pretty much... This one here is... Get rid of that for a second. This one here is practically the same as that, except there's 4 of them. And that's what I used in that episode. My automated grinder pit, I actually just did a video on this one with my minefield collector drone. So this was actually a little difficult to build for the fact that I'll just escape to stop that screen lag. The whole reason why I built this was I wanted to get 100% out of my minefield drone, my minefield... Oh, well, yeah, the mines themselves, to be honest. This one here, the solo mine. And the whole reason why I wanted this is that I wanted it to gather 100% and then some of any block I put in it. Whether it be ammo or the blocks themselves. And I wanted it to also be... So there's ammo just there. I'll get my spectator camera wherever it is. Slow it down just a smidge. So there's the ammo just there, and that's the whole reason what I want to get. I want to get that, and I want to get the metal grids out of the turrets themselves. Everything else I really don't care about, as it's just like metal, nickel, and like silicon, iron, metal, silicon. So I'll move this back a little bit, and I shall flick back to the camera. Go to my character, and I'm going to trigger this up by dropping the floor, but it can also be triggered up in that tutorial I've got with that minefield collector drone. That counts out on this sensor right here when it flies here to drop the payload in. So I'll trigger it up by pressing that button there. It drops the floor. Oh, not with me in it, please. Drops the floor, and then it should automatically push this piston that is told to be pushed once the floor gets out of the way of a sensor. And there it goes. So I'll flick into my spectator, and as you see, the ammo is still here. It is still being pushed along, which is what I want. I didn't want to lose anything out of this whole thing. So once it gets to there, it stops it from pushing it into the blades to stop it from damaging or blowing up with the piston. Also, with its inertia, it shouldn't blow anything up. So it does the wall there. Anything else, it drops down right into here. I'll get my light on. There we go. And it drops right into here perfectly. I want all that ammo. I'm pretty sure that ammo is still up there, wherever it may be. There it is right there. We'll actually see that drop down in a second. Going to get a nice good visual on it. So it's right there. Oh, of course, I just don't have it. It's just not enough. So a way for me to fix that actually is I could get which one was it? I'm pretty sure it was this one here. Show sensor. And this one sets off the push. Yep. Top extent. It needs to be 1.1. 1.1. No. Oh, yeah. That's that. Yep, so that's correct. So it'd need to be a little shorter. So I'll fly in here. It's still there. I haven't picked it up. It's still there. I'm going to trigger this thing again. So I'll bring the floor back up so it's out of that sensor, so it resets the whole system. And then I'll bring it back down again. And and bring it back down again. So this should trigger this back up again and then go through. There it goes. Oh. Oh, hang on. Spawn object. Yep, there we go. Proof of concept, still valid. I don't know where it disappeared to, but it disappeared. And there we have it. Now it's able to actually push over. And then it stops. That's a new thing. That's a new one. Okay, but anyways, yeah. Flick back to the character. What else have we got? I'll flick that one up. The grinders all turn off automatically. Saves PCU and all sorts of performance issues. Oh, the mine launcher. Here we go. I've got a few of them. I'll show the newer one. This thing was so much fun. So much fun. I'll do it here. One. As soon as they cooperate. Two. Oh, stop doing that. One, two, three. Alrighty then. So we've got the three of those. What these do is with the completely... These are all vanilla. No mods, no scripts, no DLCs, nothing. It uses the new turret controller. As soon as this thing sees an enemy, it's told to fling these and fling these turrets at the enemy protecting my base as like a wall. So you can either have it overlaying each other in like an X pattern or whatever it may be. But I'll fly back here. And this is the way I kind of test them. Fly back, probably about 1.5-ish away, just to enable me to do what I need to do. I need to shift F5. Atmo drone. I want it to look at me. That, I need it to turn into an enemy and have multiple of them. These things are very, very dopey, so please forgive me. Here we go. They should start chasing me. Oh, I didn't have keep ownership on. See, that's when I needed it. Mining drones. I haven't really gotten much into them so far. The sensor itself and what the way I do it is I would have an overridden thruster of some sort set to push down every time a sensor sees the voxels. But Space Engineers doesn't always work that way. What I mean by that is the sensor doesn't always pick up things constantly. How can I explain that? Once the sensor has been triggered once and the item it's looking for is still in its range, it doesn't want to trigger again until it's left its range and then re-entered it. And that's what I had with the issues on this mine launcher, funny enough. Keep original ownership, F10, Atmo, and lock to it. This is a drone that you yourself can download. This drone actually uses the script and the remote block from the Frostbite DLC, but you do not need to own the DLC to use this drone, as I don't have any of the DLCs, and as you can see, I'm using it. There we go. Now they're actually the enemies. There we go. Let's go. This probably is a lot and probably way too many for what I need, but hey. Yes, I will save. Stuff it. Why not? So, I think it's about 1.2? Or is it... Oh, no, it's the vanilla 800. That's right. Yeah. And then has enough time to reload. That one's being weird. There it goes again. Oh, I still have my... Yeah, I do. That's why they're continuously launching, is because I have my creative mode tools on. But as you can see, it does quite a bit. They do quite well. Not too shabby at all. So I will I knew I shouldn't have saved that, to be honest. I'll go back and get my load up save. Back up that one. Yeah, before I loaded them in. What else have we got? Oh, have some more energy. Go. Got about 10 or 15 more minutes, and then I will have to leave you. Unfortunately, I do have to go get my son from preschool and all that good jazz. Before I leave, I'll actually just check my list. And make sure that I'm not missing anything. Because I've got a few notes. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to say, the time on why I had to do today at this specific time and all sorts of stuff is because my son's at preschool. I don't have to look after him, and I have the availability to not have some child screaming in the background. So yeah, that's always a good bonus. What else we got? Is there anything else? I don't think I've got anything else, really. I definitely got more to show you. There's so much more I can show you. I've just, unfortunately, almost run out of time, but I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I'm not forgetting anything kind of important. I'll show you my printer again, and printer and missile storage, actually. I'll show you the actual missiles printing up and launching. Where's the enemy? Over there. B. Turn it a little bit. I want it here. And I want missile. Projector, sensor missile. Remove. This one right here from that. I also need to turn on the printer head, as the printer head allows it to be connected to, excuse me, I had to burp, allows it to be connected to the what's-the-name. So if I weld this up, these welders here are able to weld this, but I just want to show you specifically here. If I can. There we go. And then there's the actual starting of the missile itself. So planet, and then that's obviously where it connects onto. That's that bit right there. So I'm gonna weld these away, grind these away, so it's exactly as it was. I'm going to load up my missile, which is on already. I'm going to do a quick load, or quick save. I need to turn the welders on, pull the pistons back. Oh, turn my creative mode tools off, please. Oh, got it just in the nick of time. I can actually be kind of sneaky and do this. Or maybe not. So yeah, that's one of the missiles. So I'd get the welders out of the way. Oh, a little bit faster, and then I'd press the M storage trigger. Actually, I've got to bring the piston over. Yep, that's right. Had to bring the piston over. I always forget that. I need to have that added to bring it over and then get that over and reset itself so it's automated, because that's kind of annoying. So I then need to start that trigger. It pushes out that secondary timer, shoots this grid off like that. Bang. Just like so, which then collects into there. That's why that's there. And swings over. And this is the same sort of principle like my analog clock. It just turns at a certain velocity to go all the way around out of the way and reset itself to do another one. Don't have my creative mode tools on, so that lines it up for the next one, hopefully. Pretty sure this is one of my newer designs, so I can hopefully just bring these in, turn those welders off, bring it in a little bit faster. Uh-oh. See, that's why I don't have these pistons up very high, specifically for that, as you can tell. There we go, bring it on in. And then I should be able to just weld them straight back up again. And I will keep my creative mode tools off. Yes, good. Now, while that's building up, you usually have to wait just a little bit of time for these to fill up, as there's 2 small hydrogen tanks, and they're both full, which is perfectly fine. Only takes, I think it's about 12 to 14 seconds, I think it is, to fill it up. And that's usually done by the time the tips of these welders are beyond the last warhead. So as soon as these welders are past the warhead, these things should be full. So, okay, because it's already in that, it should be fine. That's perfect. So what we can do now is that I can bring those back over, turn the welders off, pull the pistons out of the way a little bit faster, wait for this to come over. Coming on in, coming on in. And then I'd press that button again to do it. So I'll stand over here so you can see it. And fires. Oh, it didn't actually grab it. That's alright, this must be one of my old designs that I haven't updated yet. But you get the gist of things. You get the gist of things. I just needed to, in one of my designs, I actually did speed this up. 0.7, yeah, I think I did it to like 0.75 or something like that, just to get it that little bit extra. As you can see, it's just, whoa, it's just not on. Like, it doesn't connect onto this, it connects onto the merge block that's like just here-ish. So as you saw, it goes there, and then the merge block is like roughly about here-ish. So that's the way it kind of works. Yeah, I just got to speed that up a little bit so it's more accurate, but that's perfectly fine. And then from there, I've actually got a button here somewhere, just there. And the whole reason why I've got that there is so it does this. It stays there without falling to its demise. So then you can actually have the one solo grid to then go into its remote block and have control of the blocks of this one solo grid. So instead of telling the remote block to, I don't know, trigger a timer that's on this thing while it's in flight, you'd be only having the ability to add whatever is on this grid to that remote block to be triggered at a certain proper time. So that's the way I've got that. And while I'm here, I'm going to go down into the sensor, drop it down to 700, go to the remote. I'm going to add missile north and add the add to remote. I had to think about that for a second. Quick save. I need to get that launch battery off recharge onto auto so it has power. Do another quick save because why not? And then I'll launch jetpack and then I'll lock to it. And this should work as is. So it should go up to here, go up to the missile north, and then on its merry way, which I don't think it may actually reach. It might be a little bit off. Oh, we'll find out. Here we go. And yes, I will do it this time. Come here. Woo. Raiding the missile. There it is, starting to turn, slowing its trajectory from the side to go towards the right. I've got to get ready to let go. Turn my inertial dampeners off. See, overshot, so it would need to be 600. But yeah, you see what I mean. But I shall unfortunately finish it off right about now-ish. I will launch it off one more time to get it right. And then I will definitely have to love you and leave you until maybe next week. So let me know in the comments below if you do want to see more of this sort of stuff in the future. 950 over there, yeah. It's backwards. It really is. Like, the way and the times I've been trying to upload is around midday here, but for US it's really quite difficult because you obviously think the time zones. You guys have about 5 to 7 different time zones over the east to west of your coasts, where right in the middle you've got about the same time zone over the same hour of about 2 or 3 time zones, which is really quite weird. So the way I try and upload is 12 PM midday on a Friday in Australia, Sydney time, to be uploaded at the same time in America, in DC, at I think it was 9 PM, and then from there it goes backwards about 4 or 5 hours. Obviously you Americans know exactly what you're talking about, and know exactly what I'm talking about, but it is definitely it's definitely weird having to try and figure that all out and try and get a good time trying to get a good time for everyone to try and enjoy and join in at once is extremely difficult as an Aussie. We are the land down under. We are upside down, I guess. I will copy this, and I am going to launch as... Whoa, no. Come here. I'm going to launch as many as I can of these as my finale of my first ever live stream. I thank everyone for joining here today. It's been an absolute blast. This is going to take so long. I'm just hoping that I'll have enough time to launch all of these up before the first one hits. I think I just created a new blueprint by accident. Can I fit any more in? Don't call me a moron. Yep, one here. No. Nobody, no. Can I go here? Yeah. Let's go right there. And here. Yes. Alrighty then. Here we go. I think that's actually not a bad thumbnail, to be honest. We'll do a Shift F5 for a quick save, and let's get this thing going. Launch. There's one. There's two. There's three. It's gonna be a while. Four. Gotta be quick. Five. While I'm waiting. Where are we? F6. That one. That one. That one. I'm just going to try and launch as many as I can now. While I can. Here we go. Control space. Spawn my character over here. Where's the boat? Where's the ship? Here we go. I don't want to miss any of this. Come on, launch at the right time, please. 600 meters. Let's do it. No. Come on, don't annoy me. What's this? I did change it, didn't I? No, it was meant to go the other way. No! I'm definitely doing that again. I'm definitely doing that again. I did the wrong way. I decreased it instead of increasing it. So I will do this before we go. Don't you worry about that. It will be one hell of an exit. It's going to be one hell of an exit. Come on, game, quickly, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Alright, now's the moment I need to... No! Give me my thing! Thank you. Before you start moving everything else. Nope, not that. Yep. Okay, so I need to increase it the other way. Center front, 6... 800, that's what I wanted. Or... Yeah. Yeah. 2... 3... 4... 5... 6... 7... 9... and I think that's all I can get. That's all I can get. Alright, let's save here. Alright, I'm going to do it nice and differently this time so we can get a bit going. Here we go. Just looking a little better. Oh, hopefully they don't all stick on that GPS. That could be a big problem. There we go. Wait for them to move out of the way. Oh, it's already hit. That's alright. Where are we? Oh, come on. Don't you dare do it. Better not be too far away. Oh, don't tell me. It is too. I knew I should have done 750. Not allowed. Not allowed. I'm going 10 minutes over. I want my first stream to do what I want it to do. For once, this whole stream, I want you to do something first go. Oh, come on. And this loading time is ridiculous. The more I've reloaded, the longer it's taking. Come on. Or is that just me? This is really annoying. Not a word. Not one word. Could possibly be. I'm just going to do a few of them this time, not so many. Ugh. As soon as the game loads, come on! Today, Junior! Give me this. So it needs to be 750. And before I go any further, I'm testing it. Probably better just doing it this way. Six should be enough. I'll do a quick escape pause thing. There we go. That's gone. That's gone. Where are they going? I don't know where those are going. But anyways. And then that's going. And then they're missing still. Oh man, I'm not doing it again. This, just stupid. It was working fine, literally an hour ago. As is, it was working fine. And now they're not even hitting. Now they can't even touch it. Okay, game. See, this is what I love about drones and space engineers. This right here is actually a known glitch or bug to me. 100% this is actually a glitch. If I were to close the game down, open it back up again, and launch the exact same thing without changing a thing, it would work fine. I don't know what it is, I don't know what causes it, but it is a problem with the remote block. I'm not just saying that just because it is. Look it up, it is actually a problem in itself. I've come across it so many times, and it drives me absolutely insane. It's just insanity. It really is. There's no rhyme or reason for it. It just doesn't work all of a sudden. You close your game down, you open it back up again, and it works perfectly fine. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining me for this entire experience and my first live stream absolutely ever. Like, subscribe, comment down below what your thoughts are, all that good jazz, as any feedback is really, really appreciated. So I thank you once again with everything I've got. Until next time, let me know if you want more of this and all that good jazz. Till next time, stay sharp and have a good one. See ya!